doing this video, one of the last few for this channel. Uh, we're being targeted again. We have no internet now because every time they cycle our internet, I go into payment plans because I don't know why, but from the beginning I've been being double charged from the beginning. And then you go into a payment plan with T-Mobile, and they'll split it into two payments, but then your billing date changes. And so then sometimes if you miss, you're a couple days late on the billing, on the payment plan, then all of a sudden they cycle you to overdue or past due, actually, not overdue, past due. And then they charge extra fees. So this snowball effect for the past probably, I would say 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 months. I don't even know how long we've had T-Mobile hotspot in the home, but we're being double billed. I pay 2 bills a month, and it's ridiculous now. You know, I'm logged in to pay $16 today, which was the completion of our payment arrangement for the previous month, and I was a couple of days late. Yes, I think 2 or 3 days late with the payment plan, which has never been a problem before. You get a few days to log in. I've usually like 4 or 5 days to log in, and pay that if it's late. But apparently there's no grace period anymore. So they immediately cycled me to past due, and they want $180 for a $55 a month internet bill. I mean, should be maximum that we're paying should be 110. Where do they get 180? It's all fees plus past due balance. I mean, it's extortion. This is becoming extortion, legalized extortion. You go into a payment plan, you shouldn't be charged for a past due balance. If you're on a payment plan, um, I encourage people, don't do T-Mobile's payment plan because if you're late, it's going to cycle your bill automatically and everything will be past due. And you'll have to pay an exorbitant bill. And they hung up on me. I mean, surprising. The Filipino would do that to another, but they hung up on me. And I mean, that being said, oh, yeah, they refused to cancel it too. I mean, but that's an American problem because American uh, business centers always limit what Filipino call centers can do all the time. They always limit them. Um, so they said they can't. It's really difficult to cancel um, over the phone. They want me to go into the store, and I told them I've done that before. And the store tried to make it sound like I didn't return the hotspot. This was 5 years ago. And they continued to bill me a month after. I said, I'm not going to pay it, even if they file suit. I said, I returned that a month ago. And they're like, well, we don't show that. I'm like, I did. So I sent them a copy of the tracking information, sent them a copy of me um, returning it to the store, a copy of the receipt. And then even the store said, well, we don't know anything about it. We don't handle online accounts. We only handle store accounts. Well, it was a store account because I got it through the store, and they retaliated. Because when I handed it in, all of a sudden it didn't make the store look so good because I was canceling. Because I had security concerns. Security concerns plus I didn't like how it's hard to get through to customer service. I didn't like the limitations to stuff that I could do to my account. It was just a bad fit. Well, this time, the hotspots are great. The security is better than it was 5 years ago. But if you got hackers around you and all kinds of malcontents and sexual predators and people who are involved in online fraud stuff, um, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to do monthly changing of your SSID, your network name. Don't broadcast it. Make it a hidden network. and change everything monthly: password, username. Um, have separate SSIDs for the account. Maybe one account for appliances, one account for lights, another account for gadgets or whatever, just to try to increase the layers of security. Um, but then again, if people hit you from the tower, because most of these use the tower, unless you're mobile, then you might be connecting via satellite, because they have a relationship, I think, with Starlink. But you'll be you'll be you'll be on a tower. So if people know how to access a tower, then they'll screw with you through the tower. They'll be able to go directly into your device because it is LTE. It has those same weaknesses that I've talked about in other videos. LTE 4G weakness in the firmware, where it can be easily manipulated with a cell site simulator or an IMSI catcher easily. And that stuff nowadays, you get a radio data software, you can get it for free on the internet. It's open source, and you get a good laptop with a good processor, and then you get some of the cell phone connectivity antennas and wiring, and you can have your own very low level, but still a MC catcher or a cell site simulator right in your car, which they do in Saginaw County. And some of the corrupt people, corrupt law enforcement, corrupt government employees, they get all giddy about it. They think it's cool. This is not American. A police department or the bureau or anybody using a cell site simulator or an MC catcher, that is very, very carefully and very selectively done. It's not just for kicks and giggles. This is a military technology, and scumbags are weaponizing it, and some people who think it's cool are going right along with it. This is a military technology. With that being said, so we won't have any internet because I'm tired of being screwed with, and I'm tired of being double billed. Um, they find any way possible in these call centers, and I'm so sick of it. And I wonder about this whole SNAP thing, this food stamp, this big fiasco that's going on. I find it hard to believe that people would let SNAP benefits go unpaid and millions of people starve. You know, People that are disabled, people that are working part time or full time, disabled veterans, veterans that have a business. Anybody that has a lack of income can get this help. And I think it's political suicide. So I think that nobody would let this happen. Nobody would be out of their mind to let this happen. So, I wonder what kind of cell site simulation bullcrap is going on regarding this. Because when you call the Michigan line, it says call your local SNAP office. There's no such thing as a SNAP office. You go into MDHHS offices. So I'm wondering, what kind of crap is going on this time. You know, there's so many networks from Trump's first term, so many network nodes that went lit when opened up all kinds of stuff in the communications grid. To all of these companies that are FOD, Friends of Donald, and all of these QAnoners who are involved in this crap. Really makes you wonder what kind of stuff is going on this time. Because millions of people starving. This is unconscionable in this country. We see the fabric of democracy unraveling. We truly do. It's unraveling when people can target people, the left and the right. And I'm always supportive of every president. I'll criticize them, but I'm also supportive because it's my country. I'm a veteran. We're used to rolling with whatever party is in the office. We roll. But this time, this is unconscionable. Millions of people possibly starving to death? Thousands? Even hundreds? If this is a local nonsense because of another stupid simulation, still, this is unconscionable. And to think that there are Catholics who are in the administration, there are Catholics involved with this in the administration. They are in violation of so many canons that one should consider excommunication. People want to talk about excommunicating people because they support gay marriage, excommunicating this person because they support abortion, excommunicate this person because they support the death penalty. What about excommunicating people who support people dying from starvation? There's another question to think about as the fabric of democracy unravels.